right? Okay, so this is the easy problem. And the problem is x squared plus 5x plus 6, and that equals x plus 2 and x plus 3. Yeah, and that's the whole problem, because it's easy. Yeah,
Okay,
there we go.
do we have my chance?
GCF problem, 5x squared plus 25x plus 30. And then you factor out the 5 because that's common in all of them. So then you get 5 times x squared plus 5x plus 6.
For my problem, I did grouping, and so I did x to the third minus 5x squared plus 3x minus 15, and then you put x to the third minus 5x squared in parentheses, and you keep the sign, which is a addition sign, and then you put 3x squared minus 15 into parentheses. Then you find the greatest common factor, and it's x squared for this parentheses, and then x minus 5 goes in the parentheses because it's the greatest common factor, and then you do plus the greatest common factor of this one, which is 3, and then the parentheses will be x minus 5 because it's also the greatest common factor. Then your final answer will be x minus 5 in parentheses, and then x squared plus 3 in parentheses.
Okay, the difference of two squares problem is 144c squared minus 25. Since both these numbers have perfect squares, you just find what the square root of each is. So the square root of 144 is 12, and the square root of 25 is 5. So the problem is 12c plus 5, and then 12c minus 5. Okay, so my GCF problem is 288c squared minus 50, and I started by taking out the 2, and then it's 2 parentheses 144c squared minus 25, and then the square root of 144 is 12, and the square root of 25 is 5, so then that goes to 2 parentheses 12c plus 5, and 12c minus 5.
Start. Alright, so I did trinomial squared. The original equation that I have is 10a plus 5 squared. To find out the answer for 10a plus 5 squared, or 10a plus 5 and then all that squared, basically what you have to do first is multiply 10a plus 5 times itself. So you get 10a plus 5 times 10a plus 5. That comes out to 100a squared plus 50a plus 50a plus 25. And so if you simplify that even more, you get 100a squared plus 100a plus 25, and that's the answer. For my GCF, I multiplied the whole equation by 2, so the equation then becomes 10a plus 5 times 2, and then all of that squared. So if you simplify that even more, you get 20a plus 10 squared, or 2 times 10a plus 5 squared. That further simplifies down to 2 times 10a plus 5 times 2 times 10a plus 5, which then further simplifies to 4 times 100a squared plus 50a plus 50a plus 25. And then the answer for the GCF, 4 times 100a squared plus 100a plus 25. Thank you.